Hey, Flawless. Hey, Robin. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back, guys. How is everyone today? I hope everyone is having a great day. It is February 2nd, 2021. I can't believe we're already in the second month of this new year. Time is going by so fast. And there has been, a lot going on in these streets, guys. A lot going on. But we're not going to worry about all that crap because we ain't with all that crap, right? We ain't with all this crap. So we're here to talk about the case. Hey, Michelle, what's up, mama? Nisi, what's up, baby girl? Hi, mama. I'm glad you dropped in, baby. Now you can get that little wrench, that gang. You part of the gang now. You part of the gang. We the wrench gang over here. We all family, one love. One love. So, I saw the other day a blogger who was talking about the annulment and what is an annulment. And this blogger was talking about another blogger's video that was talking about annulments and stating that R. Kelly and Aaliyah never got married. Never. It's null and void. Never. It never happened. It never happened. But how do you get an annulment if the marriage never happened? Right? You're welcome, my love. If the marriage didn't happen, then why would someone get an annulment? Right? Right? Okay. Well, let me let you know just a little bit of a fun fact that I researched. Okay. And first of all, Aaliyah and R. Kelly did get married. They secretly married without parents' consent. Okay. Now, I had a screenshot of a response from Doug Anton to someone else. And Doug Anton had stated that, yes, they did get married and that the mother was there. They have pictures. Now, we all know that's a lie, or it could be a lie, right? Everything is allegedly until the court process comes. Now, we know that married, Aaliyah and R. Kelly married in August 31st of 1994. Now, their marriage was annulled in February of 1995. So therefore, they were married for 6 months before they got the annulment. So the marriage was official and it was public for 6 months. That is how, I believe it was Vibe magazine or MTV, I think it was Vibe, how they were able to obtain the marriage license and the certificate to prove that they were married, because that at that point was public information. Now, Aaliyah also admitted in the court documents that she lied about her age. And then in May of 1997, she filed a suit to have all records of her marriage expunged. And the reason why she got the annulment was because she was, it said, what is it? Because she was not old enough to get married under the state law without her parents' consent. Okay? This is a copy of the certificate. Now, we all know this is a copy, of course, because it doesn't look like this. We know that it's blue and it's pink and it's real pretty and it looks beautiful, right? This is just a copy of the copy, you know? Yes. So, I was just checking out the chat. Sorry, guys, because I was off the chat. So this is what we have found out. So there was a marriage. There was a marriage. Aaliyah and R. Kelly got married. She lied. He lied. They all lied. He produced fake IDs for her. Demetrius Smith is the one who took him to the place, but R. Kelly is the one who paid for it. R. Kelly is the one who needed it. It wasn't Demetrius. She was 15 at the time. She was born in 1979. So on August 31st of 1994, she was 15 years old. And it took her 2 years and 3 months to get this expunged from her record. So for 2 years and 3 months, it took her that long to get it expunged off of her record. And she wanted it off her record because people were blackballing her, allegedly is what they're saying. Because she worked with R. Kelly and she married R. Kelly. So people kind of side-eyed her in the business. But then she went to Timbaland and Missy, and they took her. Now I want to present to you guys. Okay. I want to present to you guys a little video. Okay. All right. Now this video talks about the difference between a divorce and annulment. Okay. Now, guys, I would like for you to give me a 1 in the chat or a thumbs up and let me know if you can hear this.
Today, let's talk about annulments and the difference between a divorce and an annulment. It's important to note that a divorce ends a valid marriage, while an annulment ends an invalid marriage. So probably right now you're wondering, wait a minute, what's an invalid marriage? And I'm going to go through each of the 8 reasons the Virginia Code cites as making your marriage an invalid marriage. But before I do that, let me comment on one little point. If you wake up the morning after or the week after you get married and decide that was a terrible idea, that doesn't qualify you for an annulment. While you've probably seen movies where 24 hours later in Vegas they get an annulment, here in Virginia, you qualify for an annulment if you meet one of the 8 reasons a marriage can be deemed invalid. It's also important to note, if you discover a reason that makes your marriage invalid, you must file within 2 years of your marriage to successfully achieve an annulment. So time does matter, but it's not the material factor. So let's review those 8 reasons why your marriage could be deemed invalid and thus making you qualify for an annulment rather than having to get a divorce. And I've written these down from the Virginia Code, and I'm going to read them so I don't forget any. So the first is bigamy. Bigamy is when your spouse is already married to someone when they marry you. And unfortunately, this has happened to several of my clients. 2, incest.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys.
Today, let's talk about.
I don't know what's going on. Am I sharing my screen here? I gotta go out and come back in. Something's going on. Oh, okay. All right. It was my stream. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna start that over. I apologize for that. All right. Now pay attention. And you guys said you heard it with no problem. Okay.
Today, let's talk about annulments and the difference between a divorce and an annulment. It's important to note that a divorce ends a valid marriage, while an annulment ends an invalid marriage. So probably right now you're wondering, wait a minute, what's an invalid marriage? And I'm going to go through each of the 8 reasons the Virginia Code cites as making your marriage an invalid marriage. But before I do that, let me comment on one little point. If you wake up the morning after or the week after you get married and decide that was a terrible idea, that doesn't qualify you for an annulment. While you've probably seen movies where 24 hours later in Vegas they get an annulment, here in Virginia, you qualify for an annulment if you meet one of the 8 reasons a marriage can be deemed invalid. It's also important to note, if you discover a reason that makes your marriage invalid, you must file within 2 years of your marriage to successfully achieve an annulment. So time does matter, but it's not the material factor. So let's review those 8 reasons why your marriage could be deemed invalid and thus making you qualify for an annulment rather than having to get a divorce. And I've written these down from the Virginia Code, and I'm going to read them so I don't forget any. So the first is bigamy. Bigamy is when your spouse is already married to someone when they marry you. And unfortunately, this has happened to several of my clients. 2, incest. Incest.
So we know that bigamy wasn't the issue on a reason why their marriage was annulled, right? Now he's on the second one, which is incest.
Incest is when you were related to your spouse by blood, half blood, or adoption. 3rd, fraud. Fraud is when you were deceived into marrying someone by an intentional misrepresentation that they did to you, and you relied on that when you got married, and that has caused you damage and pain. 4, impotence. If your spouse or you knew that you were impotent or unable to reproduce at the time of marriage and kept that from the other spouse, you may qualify to have your marriage declared invalid.
Was R. Kelly impotent? Is this a reason why their marriage was annulled? Were they creating incest? Is that a reason why their marriage was annulled? Did he commit fraud, or did she commit fraud to one another and fake the funk like they really wanted to get married but they didn't? Let's continue.
5, underage. That is when you marry someone or they marry you and you're under 18 at the time you were married.
5, underage marriage. Ding, 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 ding. So, Sly Fox and mashed potatoes. What's the reason for their annulment? Huh? Can you answer that question? Why was their marriage annulled? I want to know. Please help me.
6, if a spouse was a prostitute or felon, and you were unaware they were a prostitute or felon at the time of marriage. They kept that from you. You discovered it later. That is a reason you can declare your marriage.
Was Aaliyah a prostitute? Huh? Is this why? Huh?
Invalid. 7, spouse had a child with another person within 10 months of marrying you. And finally, 8, duress. That is when you agree to marriage because you're concerned about consequences or fear an outcome. And so you marry the person anyway.
I wonder, was it duress that made them have an annulment?
That duress could be construed to make your marriage invalid. I look forward to meeting with you and discussing these 8 reasons and seeing if your specific fact situation qualifies you for an annulment. If not, we'll happily assist you, if necessary, with your divorce.
Okay. So, 8 reasons why. Right? Right? 8 reasons why. Can anybody in the chat say a reason why their marriage was annulled? What was the reason? Number 5. Ding, 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 ding. Because she was underage. Period. Hey, Tasha. Hey, Hot Rod. What's up, baby? Everybody, Hot Rod in the building. Say what's up. Make sure you go subscribe to my brother's channel, please. And don't forget, guys, to hit that like button while you're at it. Hey! He pleaded guilty. Who pleaded guilty? R. Kelly? Blade. because he pleaded guilty. Oh, Richard Arline. Oh, he pleaded guilty. Yes. 2 down, 1 more to go. I don't know. Did Williams do it too? Yes. Okay, this is awesome. So, he pleaded guilty. I got to see if I can find the paperwork. Okay. Now I have another little video that kind of breaks it down a little bit better. Bev, what's up? So I'm going to play this video because this one is more on a level of the Reading Rainbow crew where they can understand what's going on. Okay? So for the Reading Rainbow crew sitting in the back, watching in the bushes, watching the replay, I broke it down here. I found a video that's in a simpler term that maybe you guys can understand in cartoon form. You know, sometimes people are visual learners more than listeners. You know what I mean? Hey, Jacqueline. What's up, Bev? Okay, so we're going to play this one. Am I still sharing my screen? Yeah, right. Hold on, babe. What happened here? Hold on.
Marriages do not always stand the test of time.
Oh, sorry. Oh, all right. I had no.
Marriages do not always stand the test of time, and couples often find themselves in courtrooms wishing to have their marriages terminated. Many go to court asking for a divorce, but some will request an annulment instead. A marriage annulment is when a court considers a marriage never to have legally existed. In this presentation, we will differentiate annulments from divorces, discuss when annulments are void or merely voidable, and examine misconceptions about annulments. Annulment versus divorce. While both divorces and annulments terminate marriages, they differ. In a divorce, both parties agree that a valid marriage exists, but that something went wrong during the marriage, such as irreconcilable differences, and now one or both party members want to end the marriage. In contrast, when a couple asks for an annulment, they claim that there is some reason the marriage should never have existed, and they want to avoid the entire marriage. Void versus voidable. A court can grant an annulment if either the marriage is void or voidable. A marriage is void when there is something that makes it illegal and against public policy. This prevents the marriage from ever coming into legal existence. In contrast, a marriage is voidable when a court finds a condition, like fraud, to have existed when the couple married. It is possible to ratify a voidable marriage by staying married to the person after discovering that the condition exists. A court will consider the marriage valid, and the person seeking the annulment must seek a divorce instead. Void marriages. States differ in their approaches to void marriage, but most consider a marriage to be void when incest or bigamy exist. Most states treat marriages between parties related by blood to the second degree, or anyone closer in blood relation than first cousins, to be void. Some states make an exception and will recognize a marriage between two first cousins as valid after they reach a certain age, or if they are incapable of having children. States will also void a marriage when bigamy is involved. A person cannot have 2 or more wives or husbands. If a wife already has a husband, her second marriage will be void. Even if both parties know at the beginning of the marriage that one of them is still married, the marriage is still void because allowing it to continue goes against public policy. Voidable marriages. There are several grounds for a voidable marriage. At its core, a marriage is a contract between two people, and the common defenses to contract formation are applicable here. Most states require that a child, usually a person under the age of 18, obtain parental consent before marrying. However, if the child manages to receive a marriage license without parental consent, the marriage is voidable when he becomes an adult. Once he reaches adult age, he must not ratify the marriage, which can happen when he continues to act as his wife's husband and live with her. Duress is the next ground for annulling a marriage. Duress means undue pressure of threats that amount to coercion. It should be noted, however, that mere allegations of threats may not be sufficient for an annulment. In Dosher v. Schroeder, for example, a New Jersey court rejected a claim of duress when the wife had testified that the husband had pressured her to marry him by threatening to tell her parents that she had once slept with an older man. Under the circumstances, the evidence had failed to indicate that this alleged pressure had forced her into the marriage. Mental incapacity is another ground for voidability, but it must be so severe that the party is unable to understand the nature, effect, and consequences of the marriage when entered. Similarly, when a spouse is heavily under the influence of drugs or alcohol to the extent that she cannot understand what she is doing, the marriage may be voidable. In both cases, failure to object to the marriage when the incapacity or intoxication and continuing to live with the other spouse may constitute ratification of the marriage. Finally, a court will find a marriage voidable when one spouse fraudulently induces the other into the marriage, when the fraud relates to the essence of the marriage. The essence of the marriage can relate to children or the ability to have children, or lack thereof. If a husband, for example, doesn't reveal that he is impotent, or if a wife fails to reveal that she cannot carry a child prior to the start of the marriage, that could be sufficient to warrant a finding of voidability due to fraud. Other examples of grounds to void a marriage may include concealment of pregnancy with another's child, intent to fail to consummate the marriage, or knowledge that he would be unwilling or unable to do so, concealment of a sexually transmitted disease, and false representations regarding religious beliefs. Courts hesitate to grant annulments based on fraud when the fraudulent statement related to peripheral issues such as wealth, employment, or status. Other false statements that do not generally rise to the level of annulment because they are not considered to regard the essence of the marriage include concealment of a previous marriage, false representations regarding prior sexual activity, and concealment of alcoholism. The process to obtain an annulment may not be faster than a divorce. The hearing and trial process for annulment requests are comparable to divorce positions and trials. That is, either can be quick and easy where the parties are amiable, either can also be contentious and drawn out where they are not. Couples with children seeking annulments must settle child custody and support to the same extent as would a divorcing couple. Fact-sensitive determinations, such as in the case of alleged fraud, may require trials and evidentiary hearings to a comparable extent as would divorce proceedings. Grounds for a void or voidable marriage can be found at any time, and there is no time limitation that starts running from the beginning of the marriage. Thus, a couple seeking an annulment could have been together for a day, 2 weeks, a year, or 20 years. The annulment is an alternative to divorce as a method to terminate a marriage. When an annulment is obtained, it is as though the marriage never happened. Nevertheless, the grounds for annulments are limited, and seeking an annulment rather than a divorce may not necessarily save time or hassle.
Okay. So, do you guys understand all of that? I wonder, do they understand? You see this picture here? You see that chain around her neck? Y'all see that chain around her neck? Do you see the chain around her neck? That is R. Kelly around her neck in his 12 play. That's his 12 play album cover picture. That's him with the fucking old man cane. Okay? Yeah. 100. Okay? Look at this baby right here. Look at this baby right here. Do you see the chain on her? Do you see how he tried to have her cover up but look some type of sexy but boyish? Crazy, right? That's that baby girl right there. You see the chain around her neck? What chain is that? There it is again. Rashana Landfair had the same chain, but hers was a little different, I believe. She had the basketball net, and she also had the one of him like that. She had two different chains. Yeah, trying to change them into little boys, making them look like boys. You know, cover up your body. Show it for me only. Well, I couldn't pull up the record, guys. I couldn't pull up the document, but Larry read the motion. He read the motion on his live today. Go check Grown Little Boy out and you can find out exactly what happened. I didn't get to see the full live myself. Unfortunately, I was busy. And when I jumped in, it was more towards almost the end. So I didn't get to really hear the motion. But yes, people have pleaded. Don's pleaded. Richard Arline has pleaded. And let me see. Let's see if I can't get it. I know I can't. Richard Arline pleaded guilty. It was on a phone call. Okay. And there was also a motion that came out today as well. So Richard Arline is the one who Richard Arline. That's the one who did the fire? No, it was Michael Williams who did the fire, right? Richard Arline was the one who was trying to convince her to take money. Oh no, he was the one that tried to burn the car up. Okay. So Richard pleaded guilty. Now he pleaded guilty. Now question, did he say that he did it because R. Kelly told him to do it? Tasha K gave them hope. For what? She did another video. No, Don Russell also pled guilty. I don't know if they added it to R. Kelly. Did they? All right, so he just said he did it because he was a groupie? Or did he say that R. Kelly paid him to do it? Well, well. Well, I have here a little summary that I found. What was it? Where is it? Where is it? Um, let's see. Okay. I found a little article here, and it talks about um, it's like a biography of Aaliyah. And in this biography, it says about a little piece of a personal life. And it says that rumors were circulated of the relationship between Aaliyah and R. Kelly, including the allegation that they had secretly married without her parents' knowledge. It was later revealed a marriage certificate that listed the couple married on August 31st of 1994 in Sheraton Gateway Suites in Rosemont, Illinois. Aaliyah, who was 15 at the time, was listed as 18 on the certificate. The illegal marriage was annulled in February of 1995 by her parents. Aaliyah admitted in court documents that she lied about her age. And then in May of 1997, she filed suit in Cook County seeking to have all records of the marriage expunged because she was not old enough under state law to get married without her parents' consent. And then it was also reported that she cut off all professional and personal ties with Kelly after the marriage was annulled and ceased having contact with him. Okay. What'd you make that Batman for? What'd you make that Batman for? Then I found an article, and oh, this shit better get out of here. Oh God, I hate when these pop-ups start popping up. It's so annoying. Like. The hell? Look at that one. God. Okay. This shit is tripping. It's doing all types of things here. Okay. All right. So it says that inside R. Kelly's secret marriage to pregnant Aaliyah, she was 15. It says that singer flew her to Chicago and paid a worker just $500 for fake ID, saying she was 18 to obtain their marriage license. Paid $500. So that they can fast track her photo ID, okay, so that they can obtain the marriage license. There's supposed to be a book called A Case for Murder, Aaliyah Files, by Brian Kurt James Hammond. And in this book, it's supposed to shed light on the night that R. Kelly pulled off a stunt and with a scared Aaliyah in tow. So he did something to scare Aaliyah. He pulled the stunt and she got scared. I want to see if I can find this book. Let me see something, y'all. Open link in the window. Yes, please. Let's see if I can find this. Oh, yes. I need to order this book. Okay. I am going to order this book. All right. This book was published, paperback published 7/6/2020. Okay, guys, this book will be coming out this July. It's coming soon. I need to pre-order this, guys. Shit. I gotta see if I have money on my card. Shit. I could pre-order it, y'all, and we could read it as soon as it comes out. Yeah, Don pleaded guilty months ago. Shit, he pled guilty I think it was right before Christmas or some shit. Let's see. Oh man, I gotta go. Give me a second, guys. I gotta go get my card. Yes, he did plea. He did plea. Oh, look, 2, 4. I forgot. Diva, give me 1 second, guys. I have to get my card and see if I can go and purchase this book. Hold on. Okay. All right, let me mute this for a second. Let me Fat Guys, my microphone is coming soon. I'm so excited too. I can't wait. All right, I needed to check to see if I have money in my card. Davina! I'm gonna buy this book. I gotta see if I have enough money here in my card. All right, where's my card? All right. Everybody, follow Fat Boy. Follow Fat Boy. And follow Angie Walker, please. I need to give this to my mother. I need Davina. Davina. Or Josh. Somebody, anybody. I need y'all. I need to pay out people here. Yeah, that second part gets me every time. It's funny to just say it. Mama, do me a favor. Tell grandma here from me. Thank you. Gracias, mi amor. My baby girl. This is my baby. Everything I'm reading says that his initial plea was not guilty and it hasn't been changed. When did Don go to court and formally plead guilty? I could have sworn Larry said he pleaded guilty. Didn't he plead guilty? I believe so. Larry had did a live about it. I didn't get no paperwork about that, but I believe Larry did a live about it. Okay. I am going to purchase this book, guys. Let's see. I need to shake. So, like I was saying, this whole Badako thing about R. Kelly and Aaliyah never getting married. Technically, they did get married. They were married for a full 6 months before it was annulled. Okay. Just want to let you know. Okay. Like, seriously. Let's turn down my volume. Ah, shit. Oh, I'm getting all this crap right now. Oh, no. Shit. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm getting distracted with the bullshit. You feel me? Sidetracked. But we found the book. I found the book. And I'm going to pre-order it. So I got distracted. Because this is what I'm going to do. All right. All right, because I got to step out of here. Yeah, I believe Larry did it. He did it. He said, yeah, I believe he did. He did a live. I don't remember when. It was a while back. A while back. Shit. I gotta go to my. Okay, here we go. Okay. Let's see. Do I or do I not? Let's see what's cracking. Let's see if I could do it. Pre-order. Oh, this item has been added to your basket. Okay, but wait. Okay, basket. Check out. Okay. Let's check it out. One. Okay. Total to pay. Okay. All right. How the fuck? Delivery. You have an account. No. Okay. Oh God, I gotta type my email. I gotta do all this shit. Well, as I was saying, y'all, these people need to stop the bull already because they know R. Kelly married Aaliyah. Let's stop lying to people. Okay? Can we do that? Choose a delivery option. Okay. Let's stop lying to people. All right? Let's get it together, y'all. Okay? All right, let's see. Do-do-do-do. Oh, what? Oh. Why would it be? Oh, wait. Is this coming international? What? Why? No, no. Why is it saying international? Wait. I'm lost, y'all. Okay, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, wow. Okay, so it's coming. Oh, shit. I don't have it. I thought it was. Oh, I can't do that right now. Oh, damn. All right, but I got to, shit, I gotta load this card. All right, damn. I'm sorry, guys. I got distracted with the book, but I found the book now. Oh, so he hasn't pleaded guilty. Okay. Because, like, seriously. Damn, so, okay, I got to wait. So, all right. I want to, I'm gonna have to put this on hold for a second. Yes. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna do this. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. There was something else here I had found. What was it? What was this? There was something here I was trying to look for. Right. So, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number released on May 24th of 1994. He married Aaliyah in August. He was already messing with this baby girl. He was messing with this baby girl. Wow. The 24th of 94. Yeah. Wow. She was a baby, man. This man just like took her whole innocence and he fucked her up. Like, now, with the release of Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, rumors circulated of a relationship between Aaliyah and R. Kelly. And including the allegation that they had secretly married without her parents' knowledge. Vibe was the one who found they revealed the marriage certificate that listed the couple married on August 31st of 94. And we all know that Aaliyah was 15 at the time. She lied on the certificate and said it was 18. And then she was annulled in 95 by her parents. Now, the pair continued to deny the marriage allegations, stating that neither one of them was married. Now, it says that Aaliyah reportedly developed a friendship with Kelly during the recording of her debut album. So, as she recalled to Vibe magazine in 94, she and Kelly would go to watch a movie and they would go eat. And then when she got tired and would then come back and work, she described the relationship between her and Kelly as being rather close. And Kelly said that in 2016, he was in love with Aaliyah. And as he was with anybody else, like he was in love with Aaliyah. That was his heart, you know? And then December of 94, Aaliyah told the Sun Times that whenever she was asked about being married to Kelly, she urged them to don't believe all that mess. And that she and Kelly were just close and that people took it the wrong way. But we all know that she was lying. You know, she had to cover it up. She couldn't say anything. They made a promise to never speak of it, ever. And then in 2011, The Man Behind the Man, we all know that Demetrius wrote the book, right? Looking from the Inside Out. Demetrius Smith Sr., um, part of R. Kelly's entourage, he wrote that Kelly told him in a voice that sounded as if he wanted to burst into tears that he felt that Aaliyah was pregnant. Now, some lady named Jamie Foster, in 1994, there was an issue from a magazine called Sister to Sister. And she wrote that R. Kelly told her that he and Aaliyah got together and it was just magic. And she also reported about hearing the relationship between the two of them. And she said that she's been hearing about Robert and Aaliyah for a while, that she was pregnant. And also, or that she was coming and going in and out of his house, and that people would see her walking his dog 12 play with her basketball cap and sunglasses on. And every time Jamie Foster, would ask the label about it, the label would say that their relationship was platonic, but that she kept hearing complaints from people about her being in the studio with all those men. And then the lady Brown also added that at 15, you have all those hormones and no brains attached to them. You know? And then we know that in 2019, in Surviving R. Kelly, there was details about their relationship and their marriage, right? Javante said that she claimed to have witnessed R. Kelly having sex with Aaliyah on the tour bus. You know, and Demetrius Smith recounted the time that R. Kelly was scared that she was probably pregnant. You know, and that Demetrius described on how he helped Aaliyah forge, you know, the necessary documents to show she was 18 and stuff, and that the wedding was short and it was a little unceremonious. Neither of them dressed up, and that Aaliyah was scared and worried, according to Dimitri, right? And that she was scared the whole time. And that Dimitri said that he wasn't proud of his role in doing what he did to facilitate their marriage. You know, and then it says that Aaliyah admitted in court documents that she lied about her age, right? In 1997, she wound up filing a suit in Cook County seeking to have all records of the marriage expunged. And that's because she was not old enough under the state law to get married without her parents' consent. So after that, like I said, they cut ties, and that was that. And then that in 2014, Jomo Hankerson had said that Aaliyah was villainized because of the relationship with R. Kelly and the scandal over the marriage, and that it made it difficult to find producers for her second album. And he's like, we were coming off of a multi-platinum debut album, and except for a couple of relationships with Jermaine Dupri and Puff Daddy, it was hard for them to get producers for the album. And Jomo also expressed that he was confused over why, you know, and they were upset. And they were upset with Aaliyah, given her age at the time, you know. And it also said that Aaliyah, we all know that it was avoidable for her to ask answering questions regarding R. Kelly, you know. She just says that it was a professional split. And, you know, in 2000, a spokeswoman for Aaliyah said that in 2000, when R. Kelly comes up, she doesn't even speak his name. And nobody's allowed to ask about their marriage at all. And R. Kelly also said that they chose to separate professionally. I'm getting some. Babe, I need some. Oh, man. I need something to drink. Now, um, let's see. Um, okay, and then we know that Damon Dash spoke in the R. Kelly documentary, stating that Aaliyah didn't even speak about her relationship with Kelly in private. He tried, or she tried multiple times to discuss it with him, but was only able to find the courage to say that R. Kelly was a bad man. That's the only thing she could come out to say. You know, she told him that she could only discuss the relationship with a professional counselor. You know, she couldn't talk to nobody else, only to a therapist. And that, he said he was unable to watch it. Um, he saw some of it, but he struggled with watching it. It bothered him. Um, so we know that much, right? Okay, now. Um, all right, so I already had discussed that with you guys. Okay, now I had asked the question. Now I ask the question, how long can you be married and still get an annulment in Illinois? Now the time limit for annulment depends on why the marriage is invalid. So the time limit is 90 days from when you learn about the problem. So if someone was under the influence of drugs or alcohol, someone was mentally impaired at the time of the marriage. So that was their reason for getting it annulled. Like, listen, I was drunk. I didn't really want to do it. People go to Las Vegas, right? And they get married. You see the movies that they all get married right away. Oh, I met him. Oh, and we're married. Let's go to the little chapel and get married right now. I just met you 2 seconds ago. And then all of a sudden you wake up the next morning, you see a ring on your finger, like, you look at the guy, you're like, what the hell? Did I just get married? No. We need to annul this marriage. I was drunk. And you can be granted to get this marriage annulled. Because it was a mistake. You were under the influence. And the time limit is 90 days from when you learn about the problem. How long do you have to be together to get an annulment? Is there a time frame for obtaining annulment? Generally, there is no period of time. Example, 3 years or 10 years. After the marriage by which an annulment must be sought. Practical considerations, however, might make obtaining an annulment earlier rather than later. So it's easier to get it done sooner than later. Can a marriage be annulled after 3 months? Voidable marriages can be annulled in most states. However, the amount of time you have to do so after you get married can vary from a few months to a few years, depending on your specific circumstances and a state's statute of limitations. So if you don't meet both requirements, then the court will not annul the marriage. Now, do both parties have to agree to the annulment? Both parties must sign the decree of annulment and may be able to submit the decree to the judge for approval without a hearing. So what makes a marriage null and void, right? So we know what it is. The reason why their marriage was null and void was because what? She was underage. An underage marriage happened that wasn't supposed to happen. But it happened. So let's stop denying that they weren't married already, puñeta. This is fucking getting retarded already. Y'all dumb. Stop being fucking da-da-das. Okay? The marriage did exist. It existed. Because if it didn't exist, there wouldn't have been an annulment. Am I right? Right.
Am I right or am I right? Yep.
Okay? So let's stop the hoorah and the bullshit. Okay? James Earl Jones? Got it? Stop playing your subscribers. Okay? Tell them the truth already, puñeta. People need to stop lying and covering up for this man. Look, another one bites the dust. He pled guilty today. Richard Arline for trying to blow up Azriel's car and putting his damn self on fire and trying to burn her house down like a dick. This is getting old already, y'all. Y'all need to stop. You know, I like logical thinkers over here. You know, you slows and dum-dums, I can't. Let's stop it already, okay? There was a marriage. They did get married. She was probably even pregnant. That we will never know unless someone decides to come out and say that she was and brings out the proof. Other than that, they got married. I think it was all because of the fact that he was having sex with her and he didn't want to get in trouble. And she was probably like, if you really love me, marry me or something. And he was like, okay, let's do it. And they did it. And then he realized, oops, I can't. And then all of a sudden, oops, she might be pregnant. Oops, she's pregnant. I got to do something. She might be pregnant. I don't know. Oh. He married her, man. And then he messed with Rashana. Like, he married Andrea in 1996. Right? Or was it 98? I forgot what damn year. 96, I think it was. 1996. I believe they got married. To 2009 or some shit. Right? These videotapes of Rashana Landfair were from 1998. allegedly, to 2000. He was married. So he had his first taste with these other little girls before he even got to Rashana. I think Rashana was the youngest. Like, wow. I can't wait for court, guys. I can't wait. James Earl Jones, pick up your face, girl. Pick up your face. Wow, look, how much is an annulment? The filing fee is at least $98. Okay. Okay, let's see now. In Illinois, I have here, in Illinois, an annulment is a judicial determination that a valid marriage never existed. Did you hear that? James, I have a problem, James. James Earl Jones, I have a problem. In Illinois, an annulment is a judicial determination that a valid marriage never existed. Mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes. Did you hear that? An annulment is a judicial determination that a valid marriage never existed. Okay? And it says that one of the parties must file with the court a petition for invalidity of marriage. There are 4 grounds for annulments in Illinois. One being the inability to consent to marriage. For example, as a result of mental disability, intoxication, force, duress, or fraud. The second one is one spouse cannot have sexual intercourse, with that fact being unknown to the other spouse at the time of marriage. The fourth one being that one spouse was under the age of 18 and married without the consent of a parent, legal guardianship, or court. And the fourth one is the marriage was illegal, such as in the case of bigamy or certain close blood relationships, like incest. Okay? Okay? Ay, Dios mío. La, la, la. These people are ridiculous. So, okay. So now, an annulment we know is a legal procedure, right? With secular and religious legal systems for declaring a marriage null and void. Now, null and void in law, void means of no legal effect. An action, document, or transaction which is void is of no legal effect whatsoever. An absolute nullity. The law treats it as if it had never existed or happened. But it happened. I'm going to say it again. But it happened. Because without the marriage actually happening, we couldn't get to this null and void part. Okay? So that was that. Karen J. Trey. What's up? What's up? What's up? Someone took a plea. Who she said? Oh, Richard Arline, mommy. Wifey. Audrey, Karen. Hi, ladies. Yeah, so Richard Arline took a plea, guys. Go check out Larry's live. He put up a video maybe 2 hours ago already. We've been on for about an hour and a half. So about almost 2 hours ago, I believe. Grown little boy, please go subscribe if you're not. Yes. So, as I said, it's about time that these people just stop the shenanigans, okay? And stop lying to your subscribers, okay? Giving them false hopes. Tell the truth. Let it be known. You know, just pray for him. That's all you could do. Pray. There ain't nothing else that you could do for that man. Just pray. Stop writing letters. Stop.
Fuck, yo.
Y'all fucking it up. Stop sending him money. The prosecutors are looking at him like he's getting help. It doesn't matter. He could get money anywhere and flee the country. He's got crazy people loving him. Right?
Damn, nigga, I just had second place.
I'm just saying.
Yo,
I'm just saying.
Second place, nigga, keep in last place. No. My shit, yo. They just violated my shit right now.
You know, so
What happened? What
I
did you
couldn't
get?
get the document. I can't get the document, puñeta. I gotta pay my bill. That's why. So I gotta pay my bill, y'all. Yeah, that bill is $108. I gotta pay that bill. It could sit and wait because I got other bills more important than paying that motherfucking bill. Okay? That's my support for R. Kelly. Paying for his documents. Okay? Like, yeah. Now, you know, the sexual assault case is coming in the end because they're going to deal with the 2 federal cases first. That's what they're doing. They're dealing with the federal cases first. The New York is coming first. Then it's going to be Chicago. And then it'll be the state trial. And it'll be the state trial. And I see that I think they probably will probably just settle that state trial. You know what I mean? Like if R. Kelly, I don't know. I feel like, can he settle out of court, plead guilty? I don't know how that would work. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Richard pled guilty. He sure did. He sure did, guys. Now the sexual assault case is coming up. And I found a video about girls' sexual assault cases and questions about how the court records are handled. It's a quick little video. I just figured maybe we can watch it and learn the process. So let me share my video. Okay, that was weird. Okay. Okay.
A routine trip to the grocery store with her mother ends in a young Georgia girl sexually assaulted in the store aisle. Tonight, her case is raising new questions about how court records are handled in the age of technology. When it comes to sexual assault survivors, some say the current system leaves them open to being victimized over and over again. Here's our investigator, Faith Abube.
To be honest, I was going to jump on him and tear his face off.
Like all of us, 51-year-old April makes such frequent trips to the grocery store, they all feel the same, except this particular day.
You're in the store shopping with your kids.
April remembers turning her back for a quick second to reach for a can of vegetables. And in that time, a stranger walks by and sexually touches her little girl.
That's how quick it was.
Prosecutors charged the 73-year-old predator with 3 counts of sexual battery. We're not showing you his face or telling you his name in order to protect the little girl's identity. It's the same courtesy April wants the courts to give sex crime victims like her daughter.
I do think like this is always something that she's going to remember.
April and her family were ready to put the incident behind them, but something led her to the Athens Clerk of Court's website.
I just wanted to find out more.
The mother of 2 was frozen in front of her computer, paralyzed by what she was seeing.
I was just in shock.
She was staring at her daughter's name next to every detail of what happened to her. And if she can, everyone could read it right there on the Athens Clerk of Court's website.
When you report it to the police and you go through the court system, they always promise you your name will not be released. No one will know your name. We really protect the names of sexual assault victims. They promised us that too. And now it's on the internet for anybody to see.
It wasn't just April's daughter. The 11 Alive investigators found details about sex crimes committed against several other children on the county's website. We didn't even need the victims' names. The suspect was enough.
It's just bad. One, it's re-victimization.
Andrew Agustin is the CEO and General Counsel for the Children's Advocacy Centers of Georgia, or CAC.
2, there's privacy concerns. 3, there's security concerns. 4, when the child's old enough, the child may Google herself or himself and see that information.
It's exactly the kind of potential harm the CAC has worked for years to try to minimize when kids become victims of sex crimes. He says publishing their names online after the case is over is violating those victims over again.
Justice may have happened in the courtroom, but there's life continues past the courtroom. And so this is one of the things that seems little, but it's really big. And it's one of those things that we need to put a stop to.
In this case, the person who can stop it is Beverly Logan, the Athens Clerk of Court. When the 11 Alive investigators reached out to her by phone, she said no one ever complained about the county posting unredacted documents about sex crime victims on their website. And quote, I can see where that can be disturbing, but we did it as a service to the public.
That public service is why more and more court systems across the country are moving their records online. It makes it easier for the public to have access to them.
In Georgia, all state and superior courts are legally required to use e-filing in civil cases by January 1st, 2019. There's no such mandate right now for criminal cases, but a growing number of counties already offer that as a public service.
Is the availability of electronic records complicating this?
It's incredibly efficient. But as you can see, as you found in your reporting, there's things that they still need to do. It's a gap that something fell through that I think is preventable, and we need to fill that gap.
Athens Clarke County isn't the only one publishing the names of sex crime victims online. Several of Georgia's 159 counties face the same dilemma as they move their court records online. There's currently no law in Georgia prohibiting any of these court clerks from posting documents that identify sex crime victims on their website.
It just blows me away.
In contrast, Cobb County is one of a few counties taking steps to minimize any potential harm. The county clerk told the 11 Alive investigators in a statement that the office restricts internet access for any victim, no matter their age. This is for sexual crimes only. This procedure is a courtesy of the clerk. A courtesy other counties like Athens Clarke don't offer right now. In fact, Logan said they've never even thought about the impact.
Sometimes you don't know what you don't know, and now they know. And so at some point, once you know something that is causing harm, you've got to address it.
Your fight is to get it off the internet.
Off the internet. That's all I want. Because, you know, who knows if one day somebody's going to Google a person's name and that'll pop up.
For now, no one outside April's family knows about that day inside the grocery store. And April prays it stays that way.
That's a right, I think, as a citizen you should have. Like, you're not the criminal, you're the victim. All you did was just live that day.
Cobb is one of the few counties that has a policy against identifying sex crime victims online. After the 11 Alive investigators pressed Athens Clarke County, the clerk now says she is looking into how they...
Now y'all see that? This is a reason why the prosecutors are not going to release the anonymous victims, because they have not come public. He is not going to find out who they are before trial. He's not. And the public will not find out either. So they will remain Jane Doe's unless they decide to become public, because that is a dangerous situation. Look at what happened to Azriel. Look at what happened to Azriel. This is just a prime example. And now there's this new system, as we all know, PACER, right? Where they do electric court filing, and it's free to the public. Anybody can get this information as long as you make an account. There are dangerous people online. Starting with James Earl Jones. We have to be careful when we talk about these documents and stuff like that. It is public record. And these girls are already all known, so it's okay. They have revealed themselves to the world. We all know who they are. But those other girls will remain anonymous. So, R. Kelly, stop begging, because you're not going to get the information. And you're not going to get the information on the jurors, because Richard Arline has just pled guilty. Okay? So you will not know. He will not know. Now, I have this other little thing. It's about he said, she said, and testifying at a sexual assault trial. Let's listen.
Now, the Fifth Estate has a new document.
So, that's how they're going to... Oh, what? Let's stop the stream. It's not my stream.